She adopted 2 cats on the same Saturday. One of them has not moved from the couch in 3 years. The other one has not stayed on the couch for more than 45 seconds in 3 years. Same house, same owner, same food bowl schedule, completely different understanding of what a cat is supposed to do with its time. And the story of how these two ended up together and what they somehow became to each other is one of the best ones we have ever told. Their names were Frank and Cole. Cole was the gray tabby, quiet, watchful, deeply serious about everything, a cat who approached each day as though it contained responsibilities he intended to honor. Frank was the orange one. Frank had a different philosophy entirely. Diana Mercer was 41 years old, a graphic designer who worked from home and had been thinking about getting one cat for approximately 2 years. She had done her research. She had cat-proofed the apartment. She had purchased 1 litter box, 1 bed, 1 set of food bowls, and 1 cat tree that she placed near the window with the best light. She adopted 2 cats. This happened because of Cole. She had gone to Riverside Animal Rescue on a Tuesday afternoon to meet a single gray tabby who had been listed on the adoption page for 3 weeks. She found him immediately, sitting in his enclosure with the composed stillness of a cat who had decided that whatever happened next was going to happen with dignity. He looked at her, she looked at him. She asked the volunteer if she could take him to the meet and greet room. The volunteer hesitated. Cole came in with a companion, she said carefully. They're not bonded exactly, but Cole does get quieter when the other one isn't around. Diana asked to see the other one. Frank was in the next enclosure, doing something that Diana would later describe as athletic. He was on top of his water bowl. He had no apparent reason for being on top of his water bowl. He noticed Diana, jumped off the water bowl, landed with great confidence, looked directly at her, and then immediately jumped back onto the water bowl. Diana looked at the volunteer. "He's very energetic," the volunteer said. Diana looked at Cole, who was watching Frank with an expression of quiet resignation that suggested this was not the first time and would not be the last. She adopted both of them. The first morning established everything. Diana woke to find Cole sitting at the foot of her bed precisely where she had placed his bed the night before, as though he had evaluated the sleeping arrangement and approved of it. Frank was on the refrigerator. Diana had not known this was possible. Frank had clearly known for some time. She lifted him down. He was back within 4 minutes. Over the following weeks, the household organized itself around 2 entirely different cats who had apparently decided, without any discussion, to occupy completely different categories of existence. Cole chose the couch the way someone chooses a permanent address. He was there in the morning, and there in the evening, and there in the hours between, occasionally shifting position with the gravity of someone making a considered architectural decision. He napped with the focus of a professional. He watched the window with the patience of someone who understood that the interesting thing was probably going to happen eventually, and he intended to be there when it did. Frank did not nap. Frank had places to be. He was in the kitchen at 6:14 every morning, not because breakfast was at 6:14, but because the kitchen counter offered an elevated vantage point, and Frank believed firmly in elevated vantage points. He was on the cat tree at 7, off the cat tree at 7:03, on the windowsill at 7:11, inexplicably behind the television at 7:19. He approached every horizontal surface as a temporary situation and every vertical surface as a personal challenge. He fell off things regularly. He always landed well. He never seemed to learn anything from the experience. Diana started keeping a mental log of Frank's locations throughout the day. Not because she was worried, because she was genuinely curious what the logic was. She never figured it out. She eventually accepted this. "I see you still haven't subscribed. That genuinely stings a little. Hit that button now. You're gonna want to see what comes next." What Diana had not anticipated was Cole. She had expected to love the calm one. She was, by nature, a calm person herself, someone who color-coded her calendar and kept her desk clear and appreciated order. But Cole did something she had not prepared for. He started following her. Not frantically, not clingily, just quietly, consistently, the way a shadow follows, without announcement, without demand. If she was at her desk, he was on the corner of the desk. If she was in the kitchen, he was on the kitchen chair. If she moved to the bedroom in the evening, she would find him there already, arranged on the left side of the bed as if he had arrived first by prior agreement. He never asked for anything. He just kept showing up in whatever room she was in, settling himself nearby and staying. She started talking to him while she worked. He listened with the attentive expression of someone who could not speak but was taking everything in and forming considered opinions. Frank, meanwhile, had learned to open the cabinet under the sink. Diana wasn't sure when this had happened. She discovered it on a Thursday morning when she found him inside the cabinet, sitting on the cleaning supplies, looking extremely satisfied. She bought a cabinet lock. He figured it out in 11 days. They had been together for 8 months when Diana had the kind of week that undoes people. A major client contract fell through. Her car needed a repair she hadn't budgeted for. She got sick on Friday and spent the weekend on the couch with a blanket and a headache that didn't respond to anything she tried. Cole was on the couch with her from Saturday morning until Monday night. He didn't move except to eat. He pressed himself against her side with the steady warmth of something that had decided to be an anchor and intended to do the job completely. Frank, meanwhile, visited 17 times over the 2 days. He never stayed longer than 4 minutes, but he kept coming back, jumping up, pressing his nose briefly to her face, then leaping off and disappearing again, only to reappear 20 minutes later and repeat the process. It was, Diana realized on Sunday evening, his version of checking in. He wasn't a long-stay presence. He was a frequent flyer. He showed up constantly in small doses, and somehow that added up to being there the whole time. She cried a little on Sunday afternoon, not about the contract or the car or the headache, but about the cats, about the specific, improbable fact of them. Today, Frank is 4 years old. He is still on the refrigerator regularly. He has learned to open 2 additional cabinets. He has knocked Diana's water glass off the nightstand 43 times, a number she knows because she started counting. He has never once seemed sorry about any of it. Cole is still on the couch. He is still on Diana's desk when she works and on her bed when she sleeps and in whatever room she happens to be in, for reasons he has never explained. They are still, improbably, in the same house, operating on completely different frequencies and somehow making the whole thing work. Diana bought a second litter box, a second bed, and a second cat tree 6 months in. She still only has 1 couch. Cole has it. Frank has never cared about the couch. Some pairs don't make sense on paper. Different speeds, different styles, different ideas about what a surface is for, but they find each other anyway. And the person who ends up in the middle of them, the one who went looking for one calm cat and came home with chaos and a shadow, usually turns out to be exactly where they were supposed to be. Was it Frank or Cole who changed Diana's life more? Or was it the fact that she said yes to both of them? I honestly can't decide. Tell me what you think in the comments.